Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash Cole. Click that like, hit subscribe. Here we go. NBA on a Sunday, and we have a game 7. The Cleveland Cavaliers going to be taking on the Detroit Pistons. Game 7 back in Detroit. Now, I got to be honest, game 6, we gave out the Cleveland Cavaliers. I felt really good about it. Game 6, I figured if Cleveland was going to win the series, they were going to have to win this thing at home. Didn't see them stealing 2 in Detroit there, but they fell way short actually, as the Pistons absolutely dominated the Cleveland Cavaliers 115-94, a 21-point drumming. This has just been a wild series. So the Pistons won the first 2 games at home by 10, and then the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won 3 straight, both in Cleveland. Then the dramatic come from behind win 117-113 in double overtime there, and then giving it up to the Pistons there in game 6. So now we find ourselves in a game 7. Let's hop into the line. The Detroit Pistons are laying 4.5. 206.5 is your total. Overwhelming support for the over. 88% of the ticket count, 86% of the handle going over that 206.5, as to where 12% ticket count, 14% of the handle going towards the under. So if you're on the over, I think you should be a little scared just from the mere standpoint. Usually when the public goes all over a game or all over one side, it tends not to work out. Now, if you're looking at this, though, the last game was 209. Game 5 was 230. Game 4 was 215. Then you had 224. So when you keep going down through this thing, there's only been one game, or 2 games rather, that have went under the 209.5. So 2 games have went under the 209.5. The other 4 have went over the total here, but I feel like they're baiting you just a little bit here on this one. But we'll see how it shakes out. As far as the side, the Pistons getting 61% of the ticket count, but they're getting an overwhelming 90% of the money on the Pistons laying the 4.5. 39% to count, 8% of the handle, catching the 4.5 here with the Detroit or with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Obviously, the Cavaliers were money at home. They were able to go and sneak that win away at Detroit in game 5. So you thought game 6 was the perfect opportunity for Cleveland to win in advance, but they fell short. Now, here's the thing. The Cavaliers are now 14-6, their last 20 versus the Pistons, but the Cavaliers struggle to cover on the road. They're just 1-6 against the spread on the road. When them and the Pistons, when them and the Pistons have hooked up in Detroit, 8 of the last 11 have actually went under the total. So when we're just talking about that total, there 209.5, it's just really, really short. Overall, out of the last 20 meetings between the Pistons and the Cavaliers, 14 of the last 20 have went under the total. So again, 8 of the last 11 in Detroit between these two have went under the total. 14 of the last 20 overall have went under the total. Pistons 5-1 their last 6 at home. That only loss being game 5 to the Cavaliers in double overtime, where really they had the Cavaliers dead to rights, just couldn't finish the job. Pistons 6-3 their last 9 overall. In the role of the favorite, Cade Cunningham, the Pistons have been phenomenal. 4-1 ATS their last 5 as a home favorite. Now, when you hop in and you kind of look at last game, Cade Cunningham, he only had 21 points, 8 assists in that one, but they were able to finally get some help. Thompson with 10, Jenkins, huge, 15. They got Reed off the bench out of nowhere for 17, and Durant finally comes through. He had 15 points, 11 rebounds. So remember, they've been struggling to find points from him all series long. James Harden poured in 23. Mobley and Donovan Mitchell each had 18. Allen had 13. Very balanced. But the Cleveland's going to need more from Donovan Mitchell. They can't get 18 points from Donovan Mitchell and expect to win anywhere near a game 7 situation. That it's going to be an absolute madhouse there in Detroit. Now, a couple things to look at: the 20 plus points if you're putting parlays together. Um, Really, I find it really hard not to take the Pistons here on the money line. I know it's $1.86, but if you were to take the Pistons with Cade Cunningham to get 20 plus points, it's minus $1.43. If you were to throw into that, um, if you were to throw into that Donovan Mitchell and Cade Cunningham, if you say the Stars are at least going to show up to get 20 each, you could go Cade Cunningham, 20 plus points, Donovan Mitchell, 20 plus points, the Detroit Pistons to win. That's going to put you at $1.22. So a couple different things you could look at there. When you look at rebounds, over 5.5 rebounds for Cade Cunningham, plus 105. I do like that. You got Evan Mobley, his total over under 8.5. It's juiced minus $1.30 to the under. I don't really like that. I'll stay away. Jalen Durant, we talked about this. He needs to be a monster. His total for rebounds is setting at 8.5. If you take points and rebounds, so if you add both of them together, 21.5 for Durant. It's juiced minus 130 to the under. I actually like the over. I think Durant's going to come ready to play. I think he's going to make a huge difference in this game. We saw it in game 6. He finally stepped up. Again, I like taking the Pistons money line and doing some different things with it. I just have a hard time seeing Cleveland going in there and winning back-to-back games in Detroit. I think they had their chance in game 6, and they got blown out at home. So for me, lost all confidence for them to be able to go out and take care of business in game 7. Looking ahead Monday night, and we'll get into this game more tomorrow, but as it sits right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder are laying 6.5 to the Spurs. 219.5 is the total. Your splits right now: Spurs 66% of the bets, 71% of the handle, as to where 34% of bets, 29% of the handle on the Thunder. 219.5, 84% of bets, 88% of the handle says go to the over 219.5. I love the under 219.5. There's actually a 220 out there. I'm all about it. 16% of bets, 12% of the handle going towards that under. If you're looking for the series here, Knicks 210 to win the East, Thunder minus 260 to win the series against the Spurs. Now, if you look and you want to say odds to win the championship, Thunder minus $1.70, Spurs, you can still get them 3-1, Knicks 6-1, Pistons 27-1 for the Detroit Pistons. The short shot on the board, NBA Finals matchup, Knicks Thunder minus 105, Spurs and Knicks plus 360 there. And then if you want the exact, Thunder to beat the Knicks plus $1.35, Spurs to beat the Knicks 5-1, Knicks to beat the Spurs 14-1. I keep saying it. I like this Knicks Spurs. I'm not going to get off of it. I think Knicks versus Spurs is where we land. And that's what I'm riding. RJ Cash Cole, Break the Board Sports, giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap, whether you fade or follow. I hope you guys win your bets. God bless and happy handicapping.